last lie you heard, this ain't that, this that. I didn't, made it out the gutter. Nip told you the middleman, I told you wearing they clothes, I wear my own. Y'all get on, y'all label, I own my own. Hey, Mill, I remember all that game you throw me. Round and kid played by the label owners.
And welcome to the Lone Star State and Houston, Texas. I'm Ed Cohen. Jay, these two rosters as good as any assembled in the NBA over the last decade plus, and you can imagine the pace is going to be so critical in this one tonight.
Both teams lead the league in points per game. It will come down to which team can execute towards the end in the half court. But Ed, Kevin Wayne Durant is the difference maker, and let me tell you why. So many people have been talking about this is a different type of Kevin Durant. He's not the nice guy anymore. I like the fact that Kevin Durant has become somewhat defiant against authority. I like the fact that him and Draymond Green are two of the top 10 players in the league as far as technical fouls drawn. I like that nastiness. That could be the difference between this team winning the Western Conference Finals and winning the whole thing.
To Paul, 4-3, his first effort off the mark. Durant with the basketball, stuffs it down with authority. Good luck keeping up with that.
Did you see that jump? It was as quick as a pogo stick.
It's in the hands of James Harden to Capella. Give him 2 points. High percentage.
In the paint, you need to finish just like that.
Green to Cousins. Fires the three. And the rebound comes down to the Rockets. Paul into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Short jumper stays out. Draymond Green sends it away. That'll be out of bounds. Last touch by the Warriors. Fareed. Off the assist.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
And Stephen Curry, we say it time and time again, not much the defense could have done there. His instincts are unnatural, but what makes him so good given the work he's put in?
The special thing about Stephen Curry is that his entire life he has practiced great habits. A lot of players practice and get up shots, but they don't practice the right habits, and that comes with the lineage. His father, Dale Curry, making sure that he puts in the time and effort, but the proper skill with the time and effort.
Green. Here's Durant for 2. Kevin Durant, 3 for 4. Good start. Have we ever seen anyone like KD?
Easy answer. No, he's the greatest offensive threat we've ever seen in the game. He has a 7'5" wingspan, and he's doing things that Russell Westbrook does with the ball. We've never seen it before.
Now the Rockets will use a timeout as they'll talk things over here in the first quarter. Jay, what's going to be good enough this year for the Rockets to get to the NBA Finals?
Well, you need CP3 to be healthy, but also I think James Harden needs to continue to build on his play in the playoffs in particular. Those last 6 games against the Golden State Warriors, he really struggled from the three-point line. He shot 37% during the regular season. He shot 20% in the Western Conference Finals.
Gets a look, can't hit.
And that's how you make a difference. Every shot the offense takes, make sure that it has a 10 as far as degree of difficulty.
Kevin Durant lets it fly. Kevin Durant looking good, 4 for 5.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
And scores, strong take. He has that sixth sense that you just can't teach.
He's like a traffic cop, and he's navigating a myriad of bodies coming his way. And there's a smaller innuendo of the game that nobody talks about. When he makes a great pass, he'll tell the offensive player, shoot it, go up, dunk it. He will direct you and lead you to success.
Curry to Durant. Fires the three. That's off the side of the rim, no good. Now Paul with the basketball. Down 3. Harden cleans it up. Nice follow-up on the dunk there.
I don't think I could do that on a 5-foot rim.
I can, because that's my only choice. DeMarcus Cousins, 2 of 4 now.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Time for some new personnel into the game. Gordon, defended by Thompson. Draymond Green rejects it.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
Another chance. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Durant knocks it down from mid-range. Kevin Durant, dynamic once again.
And giving it to you any way you want it. On the block, from the perimeter, mouse in the house, whatever the scenario is, Kevin Durant has an answer. He sent that one to the third row.
He was locked in. That was impressive. Count it.
Had a difficult first quarter. Couldn't really find his rhythm, but you got 3 more left to play.
Warriors come up with it. Curry to Durant. Can't connect. Gordon with it. Down 5. Nice pass to set things up. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
It's Rockets ball. With the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
The okey-doke. Let's see if he'll try that one again.
Thompson buries it on the catch and shoot. He'll let one fly from half court. The first quarter's complete. The Warriors with the lead. Jay, 1 quarter down. Both sides getting a feel for where this game is going.
And we're exceeding the speed limit. These guys are playing fast. And the thing I love about it the most, there's entertainment in this game. Guys are looking away after they shoot the ball. Guys are clapping. Guys are energetic. This is why you love this sport.
Now the Warriors gonna call a timeout as they'll talk things over in what's now a 4-point game. Coach is gonna shift gears and adjust his matchups. Curry to Thompson. Lets it fly from long range. Few do it as well. Klay Thompson, hand in his face, strokes the 3.
You live by the 3, you die by the 3. And guess what? They're living large right now.
Oh, stolen by the Warriors.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
To Rivers. Nothing going here on that drive. Rivers, guarded by Klay Thompson. That'll be out of bounds. Last touch by the Warriors. It stays with Houston. Gordon, tough matchup against Durant. Warriors have the basketball. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
Kevin Durant trying to cash in on the 3-point play. Career 88% from the line. Durant finishes off the 3-point play, and the Warriors add to their lead. Gordon with it. We're a minute into the second quarter. Tucker, Green always looking for the steal. Durant across the timeline. Up a dozen. Good luck making excuses. Klay Thompson wide open. He's not going to miss that one.
I know he's a volume shooter. I know defensively at times you have to take your lumps. Might be time to adjust the scouting report, though. Start denying him the ball.
They're going to make some changes with some new personnel on the floor. Houston with the basketball. Count it, and the foul. He's going to the line for a free throw.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Thompson, down for Curry. Steph Curry. The defense has to adjust. He's 4 for 4 to start this one.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
Green. Add 2 points to the board.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
It goes down.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
Curry. Well defended.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Harden sizing up Cousins. Green to Durant. Going to launch beyond the arc. And Kevin Durant unguardable. Hand in his face, he still hits the 3.
He's a modern-day big that plays like a 6'2 guard. Scary.
It's in the hands of Harden. Knocked loose. Harden. Not that time. To Thompson. Yes, Klay Thompson. It's like he's shooting into the ocean. He has not missed.
And cutting hard in transition is one of the most underrated things about this game. The harder you can cut is the more it opens up the floor to make plays just like that.
Time to shuffle things up. Rivers in a matchup with Boogie. Trying to cash in. The shot by Rivers, no good. Capella. Warriors come away with it.
When you're outmatched talent-wise, you cannot get outworked. Get that ball back.
Tough make through traffic. He has an uncanny approach to the game.
And did you see that? His eyes are his deadliest weapon. When he steps over half court, when he looks at the rim, that naturally throws the defender off. It makes the defender lean just a little bit. And just that millisecond of you wondering what he's going to do, splash is enough for him to exploit.
Durant to Cousins. DeMarcus Cousins. He's 3 of 5, 60% shooting from the field.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Perfect feed to set up the basket.
You can forget about it when he uses that 7'5" wingspan to attack the bucket.
And now Houston has the basketball. Knocked loose. Thompson to bring it into the front court. His guys holding the big lead. Rivers takes aim at Steph Curry. Great dish to set it up. Can't miss those. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
Klay isn't usually a guy that goes to the bucket. He usually pulls up for threes, but that was a nice, easy lay-in right there.
Harden. Oh, he couldn't get it to go. To Thompson. And 2 more points. The defense had him, but the good shooters find a way.
And like we've seen so many times, this is what you have to worry about with the Warriors. When they get on a run like this, they can put the game to bed in a hurry.
Wide open. Too easy. You can't give him that look.
Can we all just agree that that handle is next level, but that jumper's wet too?
Lays it up and in.
Curry, obviously the greatest shooter we've ever seen. Yeah, I said it. But he's so good at driving and using his body to shield off the contact.
DeMarcus Cousins pins it. Desperation shot here from half court. A very one-sided first half of basketball. We are at halftime. Let's get you to our NBA Live studios in Orlando and hand it over to Jalen Rose for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Jalen.
Thanks, guys. Let's take a look at what went down so far in this one. The Warriors certainly didn't have a problem putting up points in the opening half. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. The Rockets have got themselves in a bad situation that seems likely to only get worse. The way they struggle doesn't bode well for them at all. But if they've got some fight in them, we'll know right away in the third quarter. These are the guys getting buckets for the Houston Rockets.
Game track. Defense.
The Golden State Warriors have been exhibiting some amazing defense in this matchup. Steals on the floor, blocks in the sky. They're dominating on defense all over the floor.
Player of the half.
Kevin Durant most definitely deserves to be player of the half for the way he distributed the ball. It was an excellent display of court vision and solid passing. And that concludes our halftime report. Thanks for joining us, and see you again after the game.
Gordon with it. His guys down big. Draymond Green sends it away. This will get out of bounds. Last touch by Cousins. Austin Rivers. No, I missed a short one there. Here's Curry with it up top. His guys hold a commanding lead. And Kevin Durant, all in one motion, hits it off the catch and shoot.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Houston takes over. Hall matched up with the two-time MVP. Knocked loose. Warriors have it.
Here's your chance to break this thing wide open.
Count it. No and one. There was some contact there.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in a zone by himself.
We get a whistle and a timeout for Houston as their coaching staff wants to talk things over here in this third quarter. Intentional foul. He meant it.
To number 0, DeMarcus Cousins. That's his first personal foul.
Austin Rivers. The pass set it all up.
I don't know if a body on him would have prevented that bucket, but it at least would have let him know that you were there.
Durant. Jumper's good.
We're watching a clinic right now. We're watching basketball one-on-one. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
That's me.
Paul with it up top. Down a bundle. And the basket good at the rim.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
It's Golden State basketball. A lot of contact on that play. He plays through it and scores. How do you neutralize a threat like Kevin Durant?
Well, that weak side defender constantly has to shade Kevin Durant, and that primary defender, you have to funnel KD into help every single possession, contest shots, and hope that you can deter his vision and that he misses.
Draymond Green. Quiet. Night, but 2 for 3 in the contest right now.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Paul into the front court. He'll run the offense. Layup goes down. Well done.
Ed, all this talk I heard over the summer, what about CP3's hamstring? Will he be able to get back his first steps? Will he still have it? There you go.
Here's Paul. Brings it up the floor. Wide open look, won't go.
Oh, I like that. You got the defense rotating from side to side. They're even recovering late, but still you got to make that one.
And that'll be out of bounds. Last touch by Durant. New blood coming in for both sides. Paul across the timeline. Looking to make something happen. Runner here won't go. Possession lies with Golden State. Looks like some substitutions are coming on in. Curry to Green. Thompson. Now that's a contest.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
To Cousins. Clint Capella able to recover with the block.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Chance for Chris Paul. That's usually one that he'll knock down.
Let's be realistic. He's probably not going to miss a lot of shots. But the more effort you can give, you want to try to tire him out. Take his legs away. Make him work to catch the ball. That's how you win a defensive battle.
James Harden at the controls. And he's fouled. Very close. Free throws coming up.
Sometimes when you get up big, you get a little careless. But attention to detail through the end, that's how you avoid unnecessary fouls.
First free throw is good. Goes 2 for 2. To Cousins. Thompson. Unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
It just seems like nobody can stop him but him. Once he's found his offensive swag, that boy's deadly.
Paul here against Steph. Knocked loose. And he finishes at the rim.
How many times did we see this last year for this Warriors ball club? You know when that third quarter arrives, you better bring it because that's when they take it to another level.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
You see, Ed, skill levels at this game are at an all-time high. Inside-out threats are tough. You got to make it hard for him to actually catch the ball in those higher percentage areas.
It's Harden. Brings the ball up. To Capella. Oh, emphatic slam. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
The assist from number 30, Stephen Curry.
Harden, defended by Cousins. Here's a chance from long range. Durant lets it fly and strokes it.
The reality is no one can guard a player at his level one-on-one. The help defense needs to be shown, and he needs to see a series of obstacles instead of just one individual.
Curry. Deep 2 there. Oh! Knocked it away.
Oh! Some fans should take that ball home as a gift.
That's a souvenir. The opposing coach is going to counter, make some changes of his own. Deep 3 at the buzzer. Oh, he's been on target from downtown, Jay. He's 5 of 7 from 3.
Yeah, he's been able to knock down those shots by having great spacing on the floor. His teammates deserve the credit as much as he does.
The Warriors won the opening tip, so they have it to start the 4th quarter. And Jay, no surprise, the defending champs in complete control.
Ed, we call that first-class problem. It's just too many weapons, and the rich keep getting richer. When you have 5 All-Stars on one team and then an NBA Finals MVP as well, that's a good problem.
Coach has seen enough. He wants some changes. New personnel onto the floor. Curry. Tough shot. Well defended. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
You know, it reminds me, Ed, of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
And they call it
a simple touch foul.
Shot clock to 4 for Houston. Shot clock violation. Durant against Gordon. Tough make through traffic.
Ed, I have so much admiration for guys that continue to hunt their shot. They're playing the second half like it was the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Those natural-born leaders are guys that will consistently lead your team to the promised land.
And finishes strong.
I see the easy dunk, but what I don't see is energy. Scream, do something, get yourself emotionally involved in the game.
DeMarcus Cousins, 4 out of 7.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Harden against the former Cougar. Warriors come up with it.
Ooh, I think people are leaving already.
And counted at the rim.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points in the game. But the one thing you look for in a defensive end, when there's a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row, and everybody's quiet, nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him, you're in a worrisome place for your team.
Able to convert inside.
Old school equals high percentage.
Durant. And he hits.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
That's his second personal foul.
Knocked loose. Paul takes aim at Steph Curry. Kevin Durant lets it fly. It's good. If you don't stand in his way, he's going to make you pay.
And there's nothing more mentally intimidating for your opponent than when your own teammates are unselfish and make sure that you get the ball because they want you to drop 70 on them, maybe like Devin Booker did last year.
To Green for three, and the rebound taken in by the Rockets. Knocked loose. Rockets in control of the basketball. Paul to Fareed. Couldn't keep it in. Out off Kenneth Fareed. Durant with the basketball up top. His guys hold a commanding lead. Curry, and he hits.
There's something that is so impressive about what we saw this evening. Not just the shot-making ability, but the fact that not every shot came from the pocket. There were some bad passes being made, and it's blocked away. That one's in the 15th row.
Huge denial. Substitution being made in this one. Curry. I don't know, Jay. They have a big lead. This game is just about over. He might not make many friends on the other side with that three.
Oh, I don't want to hear that generic coaching speak about dwindle down the shot clock, use the clock is your friend. No, if you have a chance to beat him by 50, beat him by 50. If you want to beat him by 100, keep shooting more threes.
Durant matched up with Paul. Doesn't even see the defender. Buries the shot.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ballgame.
And Kevin Durant, unguardable. Hand in his face, he still hits the three.
This is a game of ways. As a defense, you have to recognize that they come and they go. That will not be the case all the time moving forward.
Iman Shumpert, defended by Kevin Durant. Curry to Durant. Knocks it down from mid-range.
You see, the great playmakers see the shot before it ever happens. They recognized how they were being guarded on the previous set, and then they make the necessary adjustments.
Here comes the screen. The screen sets him up for two.
Bread and butter, and there are few that can do it better off the screen.
Durant, guarded by Clint Capella. To Thompson. Curry. Durant. Message received. Well defended.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
This will get out of bounds. Last touch by Cousins. With the rock, It's Chris Paul. Oh, can't do that.
Welcome to new age basketball. You blow on me, that's a foul.
Team foul number 4. Golden State Warriors are in the penalty.
Paul here against Steph. Big finish at the rim. 17-footer at the buzzer. Shot at the buzzer does indeed go down, but it only affects the final score. This ball game is...
The Warriors were simply amazing in this contest. They did it with blocks, and they did it with steals. More to the point, they did it with excellent defense. They committed to the grind and got rewarded as a result. Check out the leading scores for the Golden State Warriors. The Rockets really lost big in this matchup, and you can tell it was tough on them.
And every team in this league loses games. You just don't want to lose them like this. I can already see a players-only meeting in their future.
Check out the leading scores for the Houston Rockets.